Well, 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 well. Look at what we have here. Look at what the cat has dragged in. It's you. Don't worry, I am glad to see you. Or hear from you. More or less expect that you're there. You usually are. And so are we. Every week. Well, now at our new times. Here in the real world. We have an exciting story to resume. One of divine favors, demonic pacts, and diabolic designs. But none would expect that the future would hold destined disciples. The question is, of our story, the saga or installment we're telling now, who of them will continue on to blaze trails? We're in some defining moments, and I wouldn't feel right resuming our story without doing things properly. So that, of course, entails the very important task that I will give to someone. That someone being the one who does the recap.
I think it's been too long since I've done it. um, well, there I was, looking down on the fighting pit inside the Cirque Magnifique. And, well, it seems I find myself turning to my sister Dream more and more these days for advice and company. We talked for but a moment and made off, with no time to tarry. Gathered our posse and met up with the family gay day. Received their blessing and some information on a mission to obtain some powerful artifact, a diamond. Well, we gathered our party, and after a fair amount of deliberation and retrospection, we decided maybe we should look before we leap. Yeah, I have to admit, we thought we had the leg up on her. But once again, old Aguilif is always one step ahead. We found ourselves in Aldous Maystar's study, a library of sorts. And it didn't take long until I found myself up a stair through a portal and in some type of fighting arena. Some cheap trick. And, well, I guess I'd be right to say that my friends are caught up in a similar situation. And that's where we find ourselves here tonight.
What a beautiful recap. Go
Where
on.
are all our friends?
Say again, Ben? One more time, Ben?
Where are all our friends?
Well, that's a great question.
That is a good question.
And I hope that we'll find out very soon their exact locations. But for now, take your well-deserved point of inspiration because you slayed that
Ooh,
down.
I do have an inspiration, and I do have a bardic inspiration from the family Gede and Gede. Sorry, excuse me, I'm not in accent right now. And everybody else has that as well. Just a reminder.
Well, take a well-deserved point of wasted inspiration.
No, it's fine.
Give it to Chris.
Does Chris not have one? I thought everyone had one.
Yeah,
Give it to
everybody
whoever.
should
You can give it to
yeah.
whoever you'd like. It does not quite matter. But the
Yeah, I could
inspiration
use
is
it
out
because
there.
Colin started fucking me up on Monday night.
Shh, 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 shh. Hush, sweet child, hush.
Yeah, I'll give it to Chris just in case they did use theirs.
You got bigger fish to fry, Slayer. You might
Mm,
want to
that's good.
worry about yourself.
Oh,
Let me stream in the Discord here so that y'all can see it easy. Actually, no, go watch my stream. Go give me some views.
there it is.
Yeah, go give me some views.
I totally know where your stream is, but I don't think Ben does.
I'll link it.
Yeah,
The
I see
way
what you did there.
the way that I'm
I know where it's streaming.
consistently disrespected. Consistently.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I gotta do my pre-fight stretches. Ah,
Is Atlantis with us?
Yes, but you were all separated, so
just do
Okay.
Atlantis last, right?
Where
yeah.
where was Atlantis in all this?
As in,
Similar situation,
As
right?
in that Mitch got ported to an arena. Chris got ported to the woods with some witches. Dream got ported to some woods with some dragons. And where did Atlantis go?
Atlantis ended up in a gorge, an underground grotto of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris did not end up in a forest. Chris is in a throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dark Throne Room. Yeah.
And speaking of
But
Atlantis, everyone remember that you ate a hero's feast. So that means you're immune to what, poison and frightened? And advantage on all wisdom saves.
Yeah, it's pretty toxic.
Some temp HP from that, or max HP from that as well.
Yeah, you should.
yes.
I hope you already added it last week when it was rolled.
We
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
didn't.
12 max HP.
It was 12. Oh yeah, thank you, 12.
And the temp was 12 too?
Max, not temp.
That's max.
Right. Heroes Feast. Duh. Okay. Um, Got my little initiative paper here.
Poison. What are the other ones?
Poison and
Frightened.
frightened.
Poison and frightened. Thank you.
Right. Anything else to resolve?
Yeah, how do I give you my free Amazon sub?
Your
Oh,
free
I have to
what?
log in.
What does that mean?
On Twitch, I can
Like
sub
a
to one
submissive
channel a month.
Oh. Oh, thank you. And here I was thinking you were giving me some Amazonian submissive. And I was like, wow. I didn't know you had it like that.
Been down that rabbit hole before. Anyways.
Tell me about it. um, anyway, thank you so much, Chris. I actually really do appreciate that. We love to see it.
No
Um,
problem.
Go out there and support your favorite dungeon master. And then after you do that, come support me.
Anyways.
Tell me about it.
Um,
Anyway, before we.
Ooh, somebody mute this stream.
not me echoing.
No problem. Go out there and support your. And then after you do that, you can support me.
And
Tell me
also,
about it. Anyway, before we.
Chris,
Ooh, somebody mute this
Chris,
stream.
please.
Not yet. No problem. Go out there and support me. And then after you do that, you can support me.
Wait, Chris, you gotta mute the stream. Hello, Al. Hearing myself on loop is kind of crazy.
Cool, I thought you were just saying the same thing over and over again because you didn't get enough laughs the first time.
You know? Am I insane or I'm not, I promise. But we can hop into it now. Let's get into it. Slayer,
I believe, yeah.
you. We already rolled initiative.
Yeah, who has it?
It's gonna go. All around you, Slayer. An echoing rage vibrates off of the stadium. The raucous crowd never seems to let up. And in front of you, a problem is surely arising. As the whips, bladed and covered in blood, furiously lash around this large, maroon-skinned man, you can tell he is out for blood. But you're quick enough to act first. It is your turn.
Okay. Before my turn, I will use my reaction to use an item, and I'm going to use a smoke grenade. 2-star smoke. It's going to be a 20-foot radius, right smack dab on top of me. Disperses in 4 rounds, or strong wind. Disperses it in 1. Or sorry, moderate wind disperses it in 4. Strong wind disperses it in
Okay.
1. That's my reaction. My turn will start. I'm going to press my left temple and activate my my drone defense system, and my left eyeball is quite literally going to begin flying out of my skull. And from inside the pupil, a second drone will fly out and expand to the same size. And I will command these 2 drones with an action to take a defensive aerial position to attack this chained person. So what I mean by that is I just want them to fly up high and shoot in an aerial fashion. So they have a movement of, I believe, 60 feet.
All right, let me grab you some little. I'm gonna make these little swarms your drones.
How far away is this person from me? About 40 feet? 30 feet?
He is. Okay, you should be able to move them and everything. I'm gonna move it
I can't move
over.
them.
Oh,
But
ha,
yeah, so just move
JK.
them away from him up into the air 60 feet. They have more than enough range for this arena.
Okay, 60 feet in the air above him. And I'm assuming flanking on both sides? Want to call it northwest? North and south,
Um,
or?
you can put them both affixed behind me, kind of on the edge of the ring,
Okay.
northeast, and kind of
So,
so have them circle around the ring. So if he runs over here, have them circle around to the other side, etc., etc. Is their command. Drones are up, which means I now have vision out of the smoke cloud. I'm going to use my reaction to use an object. My object is going to be a lightning trap. And I'll put a steel trap down that's charged with an electromagnet. And that will be like right in the middle of where I'm standing, kind of, and I'll stand just behind it. I'll then stand up and I will bonus action throw my dagger. With advantage. Which actually... Yeah, I'll just take it with advantage. And find out what happens. 38 to hit.
38 will hit.
Alright. Please take 20 piercing and make a con save.
First, this marauding creature is gonna use a reaction. And you said a con save, correct?
Yeah.
A 33.
Pass. Okay. Anything else going on your side?
This was with a dagger, right?
Yeah.
It hits its mark perfectly. Sinks right into the flesh of this creature. He simply
It would,
smiles and pulls it out.
as he pulls it out, it reappears back in my hand.
He seems to chuckle at this. He might be enjoying himself. But as you look, the deep red ooze-like liquid that comes out of his flesh doesn't exactly look like blood. He wipes it away and licks his own hand.
Eh.
But I did use my reaction there.
Okay. My drones would be able to attack. They get to move and attack every turn I command them. And they don't actually need any more commands for the rest of the combat unless I change what they're doing.
So they're just gonna go around in a
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah, just continue to shoot. So they have a dexterity of 20. I don't know what their actual to hit is.
Your to hit modifier.
It's mine.
So proficiency plus intelligence.
Plus their dex, because they're shooting ranged. Proficiency plus, okay. Or just the proficiency intel.
Proficiency intel dex.
Okay.
Actually, I think their dex might be your intelligence, right?
No, so their dex gets a bonus from 15 plus 5 of my modifier of my intelligence. So they're getting a plus
dex,
5 to get up to
so
20.
dex, yeah, dex not intel.
Okay, so that would be a 16 to hit, plus 16.
16 to hit?
Yeah, plus 16 to hit. It's
Okay.
6 plus 5 plus 5. Or, yeah.
Plus 5 plus 5? No, it should be just proficiency and their dexterity
Okay,
modifier.
so then 11. Okay, plus 11 to hit. They get 2 shots. They get a 2d8 and a 3d4.
All right.
So we'll do 4 shots. 2, 3. Question: if my vision systems give me advantage, would the same vision systems, which literally is that eyeball, which is that drone up there giving me advantage, would they also get advantage on their shots with the same vision?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's fair. Just asking. So I'll do 2 shots first. These will be the d8s plus 11, a 17, and a 27.
17 will miss. 27 will hit.
Okay, 2d8 of force. Take 12, and we're gonna do our d4s. Nice. 30 and a 15, so just 1. Please take another 7 force.
And this barrage of beams lay into him, but he seems unfazed as he continues to slowly trudge towards the area of smoke. You can see him smiling wildly through bloodied lips.
And as I'm bathed in smoke and seeing this through my drone above me, 60 feet high, I'll smirk to myself and use my current reaction to switch my belt to invisible mode, and I will just step behind the smoke screen to the back of the wall as to keep the smoke in between me and this person. So like right by that red tent, please, I'll move back to invisibly.
And Gloom is Slayer is invisible. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Little invisibility there. Oh, that's so cool. Makes you look all cool and invisible. As Slayer becomes invisible, our assailant trudges forward. Five, 10, 15, 20. 25 will trigger your trap.
Okay. So let me double check some verbiage here. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
16?
Close. No problem. Trap misses. You take your foot out, and its jaws will slam shut, and a large charge of electricity will come flying out in arcs.
What you see is this spark of uh, electromagnetic energy arcing throughout the smoke cloud. As this creature slams his foot down through the trap, almost breaking it, the jaws close around his leg, but it seems not to bother him at all as he
Ooh.
continues to step forward. His seemingly trained on you as he approaches. And remind me what the damage for that dagger you hit me with was.
Oh, it was something like 20. It was 20. 20 pierce. Ouch.
And as the roar, he lets out bellows from his chest, and his chained and bladed whips rise up from his side. Um, he rips them almost as if they were coming off of his back, cutting into his own skin, letting blood flow like a river onto the ground around you before he makes his attacks against you.
He
So
sees me.
he does. I will
Yeah, I was worried
sacrifice,
about that.
I will sacrifice half of my own hit points.
Let's see what comes out of that. Steel Tenty machine.
Not the Tenty machine, please.
Look at that guy!
You watch
Several
him
chains.
you you watch him deal massive damage to himself right before he attacks you. Um, so this means I now have you are invisible, so I would have disadvantage, but I have blind sight, and I also now have advantage. So, raging, and my action to attacks. He will definitely recklessly attack, so again, I already have that advantage. A 28 and a 35 to hit.
Those will hit.
As both of these bladed whips come down on you. For 14 on the first, plus an additional 20,
34.
and then another 14 from the second.
No additional 20.
No additional 20, only the one
Okay,
time.
thank you. Thank you.
That was my action, my bonus action. And that's the end of that creature's turn as it attempts to get its whipped chains to wrap itself around you. Meanwhile, something like a black breeze dashes by you.
In which direction? To where?
It is going to dash by you. See if I can get the pointer out and make sure you can see. When it dashes, it comes from this direction and leads all the way down here towards you. So it comes from your left.
To my right? Like
Comes
directly at me, or just like passing by?
from your left, passing by.
Okay.
You are gonna get two attacks. With a 36 and a 32 to hit.
Those will hit.
And this breeze seems to pack a punch as you feel two strong, forceful jabs strike across you. A 23 and a 22 for damage.
3 and a 22. 45.
And you
Okay.
just catch a glimpse in the moment that the creature stood still. Just a moment. That whatever this being is, they're racing by you at speeds you can't even see.
Interesting.
That, yeah, we're not going to do too much after that. That is going to be the end of your round. We're going to fade to black here. And no Atlantis, so we will go to the next best place. As Slayer deals with a speedster and some sort of vampiric monster, Chimera has a battle of his own that's underway. And lucky for me on this one, I get to go first this time. Unfortunately for Chimera, the battle had already started before he had been able to step fully into the room. Like everyone else, his opponents had been waiting. The first few moments of this battle were hectic. And now, Chimera finds himself surrounded by darkness, by duplicates, by witches. Gonna try this and see if it works. Okay. Chimera.
Summon.
um the darkness is up still, right? You didn't end up dispelling it or anything like that?
Nope. But also, I got true sight 120 feet, so I don't really care.
And did she... Yep, and that was your spirit guardians and all that good stuff. So you still have spirit guardians up, I believe.
Yep. Chimera has spirit guardians, and Bulwark has anti-magic.
And you were doing the Lord's work for sure. Making this very difficult for me. Okay. The witch clad in yellow in front of you. The seer, or so it seems. The one who continues to walk through planes and conjure mirror-like versions of herself, slowly begins to shift and fade, and then suddenly... Come on, baby. Roll well for me. Disapparate slightly.
Okay,
She
I thought she
starts
was
to
in the
disappear.
anti-magic field.
Right, she starts to step back away from you, so you get to make your attack of opportunity.
27 to hit.
27 will hit.
All right. Let's see. So, what is it? 12 slashing? No, 12 piercing. And then, what's the... Oh, no, it's 26 piercing. And then the bonus force damage, 17.
She almost gets knocked backwards.
And then
Done.
Bulwark gets a reaction.
Okay.
Let's see. He is a stalker. I think he gets a +6. Yeah. 21 to hit on him.
Okay. 21 will definitely hit.
And then 2d6 +3. 11 slashing.
11 slashing. And you lay into her as she attempts to disapparate. The magic being stopped by the anti-magic field, even as she steps backwards. You catching her form almost stops her mid-blink. Take that additional 11. Owie. Will continue to move away from you.
All right, so it's hard to tell on the stream. So right now she's in the anti-magic field, which means that she's protected from the spirit guardians. So if she moves 10 feet away from Bulwark, then she lands in the spirit guardian zone of fun.
Okay. Damage for spirit guardians.
Sorry, I didn't expect her to do that. See, that was cast at 7th level because I used all my gooder ones. Could she make a Wisdom 20 save?
33.
All right, so then she takes half of 29, so 15.
All right, 15.
Yep.
Anything? No more damage, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Um. Yikes. Ah, but you know what I can do? Now that I'm out of this stupid aura. As she gets out of view and steps out of your anti-magic aura, the spirit guardians lash out at her, and suddenly she vanishes.
All right. Could I tell how they vanished? Like,
She
did it look like
teleported.
okay.
Misty Step.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to. Wouldn't that be spell?
Misty Step is a bonus action from her trait features.
Okay, so then it's not a spell, like an actual spell.
Right, no slot. Why can't I move this token? Move. Why won't you move? Weird thing. Oh, haha. I'm in the wrong tab. That's why. Move this bad girl down here. $30 just to get a little farther from you.
Or it's a little hard to see on the map. She went 30 feet to the west, right?
She moved away from you and then teleported 30 feet down southwest.
Southwest. Okay, I see them.
She's like down. Let me see if I can. She's like down here in this. Also, the stream is slow. It's not caught up yet. And since she's out of your little like AoE bubble of sight, you can't exactly see her, but she's down here in this corner somewhere.
Okay, that's good enough. I got true sight 120 feet. I'm sure I can find them on my turn.
We're gonna try to make that a problem for you. But they have learned their lesson, so they are gonna give you space and try to spread out. And you watch as these doubles, these mirrored images, begin to conjure a spell in their hand, and they both seem to hold onto it, waiting for something.
Hey, Son, I just dished out a lot of damage in like a couple hits. Did they make their concentration saves?
Concentration for...
Block familiars.
That is not this one. That is the purple one. This is the yellow one.
Yellow one is running away due to arcane abjuration.
No, that's the red one. The one that you turned.
Yeah.
That's the red one. Yep, she's down in the corner on the other side. The yellow one was the one making duplicates. The purple one was the one with all the ravens, all the little odd eye familiars, making all the darkness. That's the
Okay.
one concentrating on flock of familiars. And they stopped concentrating on flock of familiars a while ago because they popped the darkness that you are in currently.
No, they couldn't have, because just last turn I took like 100 damage from them.
Was it? I have them all.
Yeah.
I have them all invisible here, so I'm not sure what I.
No, Son, remember my held action for Bulwark?
No, I don't.
Bulwark was going to move to cause one of the one who's currently in the anti-magic field to pop up, to pop
Yep.
back into existence,
Okay.
while the flock of familiars then blasted that space with another 100 lightning damage.
Oh. Why are these invisible then? Why did I make them invisible? Did we kill them? Did I go invisible? I can't quite remember.
No, they're still up.
I thought I
Like,
had
I wouldn't have done that if they were still alive.
Right. I thought I had maddening darkness, but I guess I didn't. So if the flock of familiars is still up, then the familiars are gonna make their attacks.
Well, first
Some
they
of the
have to.
damage.
Oh no, wait. The other one. Oh, it's not that one cat concentrating. Okay. So what we said was that I was going to do that move, and if I succeeded the save, I would take no damage, and if I passed it, the copy would, or either way, the copy's taking damage. and it was half damage if I succeeded.
Okay. Why did I make them invisible? You sure you didn't kill them?
I'm positive I wouldn't have held my action to have them zap the copy
We should
if
have
they were
recorded.
alive.
We should have recorded the one-on-one. This is why I record everything. I have such a bad memory. But okay, thank you for reminding me. We're gonna pop these bad boys out of Invis so they can give you the good old thunder barrage of a lifetime. All right. Did you want to do the one deck save or did you want to do the multiple deck saves?
I'll do the one deck save.
Okay, 19, or excuse me, dexterity.
All right, so again, Bulwark's going to move, cause the copy that's currently shrouded in the anti-magic field to become visible.
Wait. But you used your opportunity attack, though.
That was a held action, though.
Yes, but they both use a reaction. So if you want to take back the attacks you made on the other one, we can do that. But I just
Wait, if
remembered.
you
Go on.
is that how it works?
Yeah.
Where if you use a reaction, you lose your held action?
Yes, because the action that you hold becomes your reaction. And if you take
Yeah.
any actions afterwards, you forfeit that held action.
You need to use your reaction to trigger your held action, excuse me.
Okay. Well, I said it, so I'm going to stick to it.
Which one? You want to stick to the attacks, or do you want to stick to
I'm going to stick to the
the...
attacks. I said it. It's canon.
Okie dokie. Are you sure you... Okay, so that means you're not moving. You're going to take the full damage if you fail these saves. Do you want to
Yep.
roll them individually?
Okay. So I just rolled 2 and they failed.
Okay, so... Oh, well, what were the
5 more?
rolls? What were the rolls?
8 and 2. 4 more rolls?
Oh, yikes. No, it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, what, 12, 14.
Are you sure? I was only rolling 9. I thought I was rolling 9 last time.
No, it should have been 3, 4. No, there are 9 of them, and they have 2 attacks each. It was more than that. You were rolling. Let me look at the logs. Yeah, you were rolling. You can see them here. These custom D20 rolls. You were rolling 18.
Oh, in that case, I'm not doing that. Okay. Roll 18d20.
Yep. As a barrage of thunderous bolts of this deep, dark, almost black Ebon energy shoot again towards you.
I passed 1.
You passed 1.
Yep.
2d6. Come through with the big damage. I'm gonna roll this. So that means you failed 17 of them. This might be it for Chimera, to be honest. I don't know if you have that much health.
Got 93.
Family Gate A, Death Ward.
I
114.
took off the pin because they're not gods.
Oh, you never sworn up. You got your own. You got your own Death Ward. There's
Yeah.
nothing good.
114 damage.
Yep. Takes me down to 0.
Do you actually have a death ward?
Nope.
And that
But I
means
do have
that
a clone.
anti-magic ore will also drop. Meaning this one will come back.
But would it, Tom? Because we know what happens when my character goes down to 0.
Yes, because it still broke concentration.
Okay.
Because there's no way you can save against that.
Yeah, I can, because it's all 7 damage each.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're all their own separate instances. Well, you still do go down to 0. You still do for a moment go unconscious. But just a moment. Just a moment. I'm gonna say that or actually, how does that turn work? That turning ability that you used. Will that still have one of my witches down here running away in the corner?
Oh, that. Let me find it. As an action, you present your holy symbol and one celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend that can see and hear you and is within 30 feet. If it fails, it's turned from 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turn creature must use its turns moving away and can't take reactions. Creatures that fail. Nope. There's no. Every turn it's moving its speed away from me.
And then I
So it's
get
not just in the corner.
and then I get a wisdom save at the end of my turn?
If it fails, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A creature must spend its turns moving away from you, can't take reactions, and can only dash or dodge if it can't move. Creatures that fail can instead be banished based on your cleric level, and that's it.
Brutal. Okay. You have disabled her. She's in the corner, cowering. She's gonna take the
Son,
dodge action since she can't. Say again?
you brought 3 level 20 enemies to this fight, and I'm the brutal one.
Sir, I don't want to hear it. I don't. You get a phase 2, and possibly like a phase 3, so relax. It'll be fine. You're literally a big bad. One of them's almost dead, one of them's completely turned, and the other one is the only damage dealer left. So I think you'll be fine. Don't worry. Um, but see, this is what I need. I needed to bring 3 level 20s. You completely disabled half of my kit already. Which makes me really glad that I brought these 3 against you, and I didn't switch it and have Slayers people fighting you, because when I made the teams, I like made very optimal teams for the setups, and was like piecing together how to get all that in the right places at the right times for the right people. And I think yeah. So that's the end of all of their turns. Chimera, as you fall unconscious, you feel a very familiar warmth. one that feels distant enough to warrant the question of whether or not all of this is real, of whether or not you could be dreaming. You are not dreaming, Chimera. In fact, quite the opposite. You are living proof that ancient powers and magic still roam this very earth. I'm gonna give you this one. I know it's black, but I don't have an amethyst one just yet. And it's also one more. And to the dismay of the witches here, as your form hits the ground, unconscious, only for a moment, it begins to rise up again. An amethyst dragon. Gargantuan in size. You're at the bottom of initiative, so you actually get to take your turn now.
Alright. I am going to... It's a little hard to describe, but my plan is now to move... and try and catch as many as I can in a 90-foot cone.
Get out of here. Sorry, Froundy's freaking out.
The only thing is I don't want to hit the one who's still running away, because that one can't take damage.
It won't show me my map. Oh, Foundry, you're really fucking me these days. I feel dumb for praising you so loudly. Only for you to literally make my life a lot harder. Give me 1 second while I try to figure out why this isn't showing up at all.
Wow. I didn't know that. the internet confirms that if you use a reaction, you can't use a held action.
I wouldn't lie to you.
I just went along with it because I'm doing my best not to be that guy.
LOL. No, I promise I wouldn't lie to you. Did I fix it? I fixed it. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That was annoying. Okay, now we can finally see things. All right, there you are with your big dragon cell.
Finally. Been too long.
It has. It has. It has.
Yeah, so I don't care about the copies. My goal is in a 90-foot cone to get as many of the non-turned witches and familiars.
Okay. In a 90-foot cone?
Yep.
This is gonna be...
Or actually,
This is gonna be 90.
yeah, my goal is the one who's holding the concentration on a flock of familiars. I want to bounce that gone.
She's one of these birds. You're not quite sure which one.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
you know for sure she is one of them because you've watched her turn into one of these birds. You watched her with her two ravens, one at either side, turn into a raven herself and then conjure 6 more, hence the 9.
All right. Going by the numbers, I think I can grab the four to the south from where I am.
To the south?
Yeah, I think I can get four, like the four lower ones.
You can actually get... You can
Yeah, I'm
actually
just going
get
to go with the numbers
one,
game.
2, 3, 4, 5. You can get 6 of them this way.
Okay, I'll do that.
Deck save?
Let me see. DC 23 strength.
Strength save. They are
Horse
gonna
dragon.
fail. They're gonna fail. As the amethyst dragon bellows out.
Ooh. Actually, no, that's a shit roll. 51.
Well, shit or not, they all are absolutely decimated by this. 51 damage?
Yep. 51 force, if that matters.
51 force. 26. And that's gonna knock her out of her shape. That's gonna blow up all of these. All right. That was your action.
That was my action. And then, so I have knocked her out of.
Out of her starling shape, yeah. She's no longer in bird form.
All
She's
right.
lost control on Flock of Familiars, because that was a good amount of damage. So she's only got two of these odd eyes left. I'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this one here. Now she's only got the two.
All right. I think looking around, the one that flew to the or fled to the southwest, that one looks more rough, right?
Oh yeah.
Than the one that, yeah. All right, and then I'm going to bonus action psychic step because you know walking's really overrated after spending months in a humanoid body. Psychic step 60 feet to my new friend,
And we'll just
the
move you in
one that's really hurt.
we'll move you in the general vicinity.
Oh, I don't know the exact location with the true sight.
No.
I assume they did. Okay, then I'm going to go to the other one, the one who I can see.
Okay. Which is the one that you just knocked out of form?
Mm-hmm.
All right. She hits the ground with a thud, and almost in an instant, Psionic
There's
Dragon appears
Chimera just like.
before her.
Oh, I think she's also prone. Okay. On a
She
failed
is.
save, the
Yep.
creature takes damage, and speed becomes 0. Yeah. So, just for funsies, we'll say that Chimera pins her down and is going to start getting real aggressive.
What was the save, though?
No, I thought we were just going to rule it cool that. No, the speed
Elephant.
is the speed is just 0.
Oh,
You
there
made a
was no.
strength save at the beginning of this.
Yeah, you made a strength save against the 90-foot cone.
Gotcha. Okay.
That
I wasn't
reduced the speed
sure.
to 0.
I wasn't sure if that was the psionic or the. I thought that was the step that you just used.
No,
But okay.
psychic step. Yep, the 60 feet. So I'll just psychic step right next to them and just like look down with a teethy draconic grin.
End of your turn.
End of my turn.
Full work.
Bulwark, he's going to go hunting for the one who fled to the southwest.
And he's
Actually,
gonna
let's just
stay.
check. Does he have?
Go ahead.
I just want to check his sheet. Nah, he sucks at this. He only has dark vision. He's going to join me.
He can change
He's
his
going to move.
form.
Nah, I feel like I'm taking up too much airtime. Or the
Hey, hey, hey. Everyone deserves space, and everyone gets the space they deserve.
the one that Chimera is next to. Is it 40 feet away?
From Bulwark, it is. It's a good amount. It's about 80 feet.
Yeah, what the hell? And Bulwark, I think it's an action.
It is.
He's going to transform into his true form, and he's going to become a adult amethyst dragon.
A young dragon.
Oh, amethyst is or adult is on my character sheet. I thought it was okay. Let's become a young.
Right, come here, baby. Little young black dragon just to match. Oops. There we go. How cute! It's the dragon and his mama. Okay, that was action,
All right.
Bulwark.
Action. He's got some movement. Specifically 80 feet of flying. And he's going to go and start hunting. He's got dark vision 120 if that helps him hunt.
Looking for the one in the corner?
Yeah, not the one who's turned, but the one who just fled out of the anti-magic field.
You know the general vicinity, so you can start heading that way. We'll give you 80 feet of movement. 50, 70, 80. And of course, a dragon finds its prey.
All right,
I believe
but
that is the
and moved.
end of your turn,
Yeah,
right?
at action I've moved. I got nothing else.
All right. On the other side, perhaps of worlds, maybe even the other side of time, in yet another plane, Dream has her
Oh,
own issues.
so just so I can plan my next turn,
Hmm.
could you rule if anti-magic and Spear Guardians is still up?
Spirit Guardians is not concentration. Correct?
Spiritual weapon. Spear Guardians is.
Spirit Guardians is concentration?
Mm-hmm.
You might have made a big oversight. Because how did you have anti-magic field up as well?
I thought we were using Bulwark's concentration because we did cast via familiar.
When you familiar cast, you still concentrate, unfortunately. We're gonna... We already lost the anti-magic. But that's my fault because I thought Spirit Guardians was the one that was not concentration. Maybe I was thinking of Guardian of Fate? Is that
Or
the
a
one?
spiritual weapon. Spiritual weapon is not.
That's my fault. I should have made sure that I made that distinction before. No. If you're casting through a familiar, it's still the same rules for spell casting through a familiar. It uses your action or whatever to cast said spell. And it uses your familiar's reaction. But still you casting the spell, it's just a new focal point of said spell. And those spells have to have a range of touch, etc., etc. Anti-magic is gone. We're also going to say Spirit Guardians is gone.
All right, and then just to keep things fair, I looked at the log, and Spirit Guardians did call it 40 damage to the one that Bulwark is hunting.
I should have taken... You mean from the last turn? I should have taken it already.
Yeah. Spirit Guardians attacked that one twice. And I was just using the damage from the last one of 20. And since I knew it attacked twice, I'm saying that that one can take back 40 HP. Because
Oh,
I
I
shouldn't have been
see.
able to cast it.
Heard. Well, I love that for me. Take back 40 hit points. All right. Thank you, Chris.
I'm sorry I asked that question. Alright. Ben, I'm done fucking myself over. It's your turn.
LOL. This young woman you've made contact with, Dream. Her demeanor, upon first meeting you, was quite different than it is now. She seems disappointed, as if she had expected that you would welcome her with open arms. A bit dejected.
Dream looks around for Slayer, who was directly ahead of her a moment ago, and the rest of the party. Obviously not here. Who are you? What do you want from me? I'm going to pull strands of moonlight down, drape them over myself, wrap myself in pearlescent cloak of moonlight. Did we lose sound? Can you hear me? There you are.
Hello? Is my mic working now? It is. Okay. Sorry about that. My mic just cut out for no reason. As you pull this cloak of pearlescent moonlight around you, an exasperated sigh leaves her throat. Dream, please. I'm not here to harm you. We are not meant to fight each other. We are meant to fight alongside each other. You know who I am. You do. Deep within your heart, you feel the same connection that I do to you.
Dream grasps at the charms around her neck, protecting her from the mark just below her armor. The charms are actually below the armor, so it's more of a figurative grasp. But you must be the astral form, the third
When
sibling.
when you say it like that, it's kind of reductionist, no? Tries to bring some lightheartedness, so smirk tries to pull itself across her face. She sees your serious demeanor.
What are you doing with the vanguard of nightmares.
That? That is not the vanguard of nightmares. That is an interim host. That is a shell, a walking corpse. It was seen that the boot fit for a time being, but you can tell even now, look at it, it's falling apart. It's rather disgusting. No, I'm not here with the vanguard. I've come for you, to be with you. Dream, don't you understand? It's the three of us. It's always meant to be the three of us. And once you and I release the fuel of terror from that corpse, it can find its rightful owner, its rightful heir, its rightful place in our last sibling, and we can get on with the work that we were meant to do. We can fulfill our purpose. And I know very well that purpose is something you strive for, Dream, something that's important to you. So don't turn away from it now.
That's pretty reductionist, don't you think? That we are just a purpose? No. That is your mother, our mother, speaking. I will not be part of her schemes anymore.
I hate to break it to you, big sis, but you don't have a choice. Not in the slightest. It's not reductionist, to speak the truth. In fact, this purpose, this true purpose, oh, it is more fulfilling than I think you really understand. Dream, listen to me and listen to me very well. There are very few ways, very few of them, in which reality can be transcended. You're aware of one of them. Quite intimately, I'd say, as someone who walks the realm of dreams. That is where you two find your power. Well, our brother not yet, but soon. However, I have seen our true purpose, and I wield it in our hands. The gift that you were meant to wield, but far too weak, far too self-involved to see the greater purpose, the grander scheme. I manifest the will of the working world. I do not need to close my eyes to make my dreams or nightmares come true. Don't you want to change the world? Don't you want to save this wretched place? Or is that all talk? A dream meant only for the dreaming.
Dreams are only meant for the dreaming. That is their whole purpose.
No. No, that is where you are wrong. If that was the case, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't exist. And neither would you.
not interested in being a component sacrificed for our mother's power.
What are you on about? See, it's this assumption that you know so much. Dream, just listen to me. Please. I'm at a loss here. I'm begging you to understand. We...
If you're so powerful, help us stop her. Help
Why
us
would I do
from
that?
doing this to anyone else.
No. No, you're not listening. She hasn't done anything to anyone. You vilify our mother and speak of her as if she's some wretched, terrible dark figure. She is the
I,
queen of the Fey Wilds, the mother of good Fey magic.
he could be the most benevolent person in the world, and it won't change what she has done to me. I have spent centuries under her thumb, punished for every misstep, tortured. Everything that I've seen and held dear ripped away from me. I've had enough. I am not living like that anymore.
Listen,
And I'm not letting her do that to anyone else.
okay, I cannot speak on your experiences. When it is known that the oldest child always gets it the worst. And maybe I received only the doting and none of the discipline. But your past experiences, your own vendetta against our mother, has blinded you. Do you see the company you keep? Do you see what you've surrounded yourself with? Dark, black rituals? A circus of debauchery? Promiscuity? Thievery? Lies? Murder? I've
That
watched you through the looking glass. And if we really are to compare notes and virtue signal, then unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, our timeless mother has still yet to be seen committing atrocities worse than you have. Or shall we revisit a time familiar to you? And in a moment, from her hand the light that sparked around her begins to whirl. And just around you, the scene begins to change. And you're standing somewhere you've been before. Ajaib. And you can see, in quick succession, all the chaos you had all created there. To the repercussions even now. Jamil Jadot missing. The Khalifa assassinated. And Ajaib's wonderful era of progress slowly coming to a grinding halt. Slowly leaching into that same debauchery you brought about them. The slums growing wider, businesses losing all support from the government, as the corrupt individuals that were being kept in line now reign freely. The entire Jadot family has lost their power, slowly is losing their wealth, and Ajaib, the great pearl city, continues to fail. You see Darkhold, ravaged even further by the war the vampires are now leading. The remainder of your foray there, and even Neverwinter, has, within your few days, grown the worse for your presence. All of it shadowed by a darkness, by an insidious ritual magic. You gave yourself to a god of nefarious purposes. You
And
are not righteous enough to
I
stand on a
never
pedestal.
claim righteousness. I stand here claiming vengeance. And this all speaks to my desperation of purpose and steadfastness in doing whatever it takes to stop our mother. Um, can I try and exert my will here, like I would in a dream, and shift the scene to I don't know if we're in a situation where that has any sway or not, but I'll try.
Your instincts were correct. In this small area, what surprised you at first is that whoever she is, she has brought the dreaming to the waking world. Just here in this location, where a mirage of your past appears, you find that you're in between, in both places at once.
And her images of the circus darkness are juxtaposed by the Madame Vile snapping her fingers and stealing the soul of a young Yanti, and nightmare beasts rampaging everywhere as a Leonin is held captive in a far realm under spear and sword, and her snatching the page and Brigitte from trying arms. She has shown over and over. Then it starts fading into childhood memories. Constant belittlement, and nothing was ever right. Physical, emotional, isolation was rough. There's always evil in this world. But balance must be maintained. And there is not a world that any of us can live in if she does this ritual.
This is where you're wrong. And this is why I want to help you. Because you need to see reason, Dream. You have to understand that you are being unreasonable. All I see is a little girl who never forgave her mother. And do you really think you can save anyone if you still haven't even saved yourself? Your problems can be solved by simply sitting down and having a real conversation with the woman who is the reason you even exist. Our mother, the savior of this universe, she has the weight of all of that on her shoulders. And then some. I hate to say it, Dream, but your petty feelings don't have a place in the grand scheme. And frankly, I understand now why she told me not to bother. She knew better than I did. But she always does.
Yes, Mother's always right, isn't she?
Your sarcasm doesn't go unnoticed, but you'll find that this is not the place for it. My patience has worn thin. Thin enough that I will only be able to give you one more chance. Dream. You do not have to come with me now. But no. You can either help or perish. I offer you my hand because you are my sister. And I wish to show you what lays in wait on the other side for us. Please dream. Slay that creature. Come home to us. We can be a family. We can bandage each other's wounds and heal together, like it was meant to be. She reaches out a hand again. The soft glow of the dream that she's brought to this world shows what could be a happy family. Yourself, by your mother's side. Your two younger siblings look up to you. The praise of your mother, warm and
I,
foreign, is very apparent
I
in
take
this dream.
I, I take a good look at my brother. Is it a dream that I know it's my brother, but there aren't details, or does she know enough to know who Slayer is?
She knows who Slayer is. What do you say, Dream?
Massive wings of moonlight and pearlescence spring from my back, float up and back and land on Crescent. Crescent's been more family to me than Mother ever was. I owe her nothing. I will see her stopped. I see you are lost, brainwashed by her guile and charms. Don't worry, sister. When this is all over, you'll see her for who she really is. Crescent, let's go.
No, Dream. It is I who is sorry. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw. As this dark forest slowly begins to illuminate, a light expands from the center of her chest, the same one that grew faintly.
Is this a spell?
It is a spell. The light begins to touch everything. As standing before you, she begins to manifest.
24 to save.
Meets beats as the dream almost closes in around you. As the armor you're wearing almost dissolves off of your body, and you find yourself in a lovely linen dress. One that you would have picked out for yourself had you been back in the courts of the Feywild, ready to rest your head in a meadow and feel the warm rays of sunlight graze your skin. Beside you, Slayer 2 is dressed comfortably, noticeably without any form of technology, which you feel like makes him naked, like a small child just out of the bath, but he seems at peace. And on the other side of you, there she lay, not preoccupied with the sun or the breeze like Slayer. She looks up to you, her bright eyes. But it is just a dream. And a dream will not hold you back, will not stop you from your purpose. In this dream, she whispers to you, I never want this day to end. It's her whispers that are trying to cover up something. Something that you're sure you can hear. Something that is calling to you. Something calling your name from just on the other side of the tree line. You sit up from your position and begin to walk towards it. She sits up to call back to you, but her voice is faint, and the dream begins to fall away. And in the end, you hear Crescent's voice calling you back to the waking world and out of the mental prison that laid in wait for you.
Foolish to challenge me in my own realm,
Foolish of you
but
to
I
think that
expect
it is
nothing less.
yours. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Say that one more time.
I expect nothing less.
Foolish of
Oh,
you to think that it is your realm. I may not be the knight of dreams or the vanguard of terror. And as she says this, she begins to raise into the air. But I am the ley line between them both, the connection between the material and transitive planes. I am what dreams and nightmares are made of. I manifest into being all that I desire. You may think the dreaming is your realm, but really, to a will worker, all of it belongs to me. We're gonna go into initiative now. You can take a full turn. Action, bonus action, movement, all that. Because shit's hostile now. Not that it wasn't before, but it's definitely hostile now. She's given up. So go ahead and, because you rolled higher on initiative, you get to go first. And you
okay.
watch as she begins to conjure her will in between her fingertips. And the look in her eyes is no longer one of pleading for camaraderie. It's the same look you've seen before. The same darkness that your mother had shown you many times before.
Where is that? Lunar Sentinel. Um, does fusing with Crescent change any or take an action or a bonus action?
You are unable to.
Okay.
For some reason, your forms are not able to meld. You're sure that she has something to do with it. You remember from the moment that you landed in this place, you and Crescent were separated. You weren't sure at first why, but you can only assume that she has something to do with it.
Well, might be uncouth. But I see an opportunity. Put a pause in our mother's plans, and our sister will not help us. Well, I can't let her help our mother. So, astride Crescent again, and far enough away we will charge. And we will land next to them. And the first thing they need to do is make a DC 23 strength save or be knocked prone
Okay.
from Ferocious Charger.
As you charge her, reaction. You find yourself charging into instead the large form of a deep brimstone-colored dragon. Almost instantaneously, switching places with her. So the solar dragon will make that save. It was a
DC 23 strength save.
'23.
Meets beats. Okay. Then we will the attack action and attack in tandem against the dragon, I suppose. What size is the dragon?
Is gargantuan.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to we'll just attack in tandem. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay. Do I need to break out radiant damage?
You do.
Okay. In that case, it is why are all of these things? Oh. They added in the extra damage on this. So 15 piercing. And 11 radiant.
Which seems less than effective. It seems to hurt your cause, as you mark a scale and see that the radiant energy is almost absorbed into that same wound, almost replenishing it. Meta, it did not heal them. It's just immune.
It's immune to radiant. Okay. I'm pulling up Crescent sheet. Sorry. Extra Crescent. Claw hits as well. And right behind the spear, another claw hits their mark for an additional 13 slashing. Then we'll attack again. Uh, 26 to hit.
Will hit.
Um, 15 piercing, and the claw is another 12 piercing. And then third attack. A 34 to hit. Which is 13 piercing and 11 piercing from the bite.
You said 13 and 11?
Yep. And then Dream gets one more spear. 29 to hit. For 14 piercing. And then because we charged, we get another action.
Yikes.
I am going to bonus action strike. Which will be a natural 20, which will be a shit ton of radiant damage, but full piercing is 18 plus 16 is 34
Alright.
piercing, and they take there's a blast of radiant energy, and they are stunned for 1 round. And I get another extra action. So I'm going to take 4 more 4 more attacks. I don't think Crescent gets bonus actions from this. I think it's just me.
Yes, it should
So,
just be you.
Stunned.
Who is stunned?
The dragon.
Immune.
Immune to stunned. Okay. In that case, just 4 more. Um, 32 to hit is 18 damage. $22 to hit for 18 damage. $36 to hit for 15 damage. Last one is 28 to hit for 17 damage.
Yikes, that's... You know you just did almost 200 damage?
I got 4 more attacks too.
It on, baby.
Let me Crescent real quick. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to keep attacking. You've poked some buttons here. Gonna let off some steam.
You know, I don't blame you.
31 to hit is 16 damage. 36 to hit is 17 damage. .3 to hit is 16 damage. 21 to hit, 13 damage.
Yeah, damn.
And that is, let's see, they would have taken 3 times. They would have taken 39d6 in radiant damage.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Which Just for funsies, I'm going to roll.
You did
Holy
almost
no.
400 damage. You did like 300. No, you did like 200 and 250. A little more than
Would
250 damage.
have been 134 radiant.
Yeah. That's crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
And sadly immune to stun and failed prone. Okay. That was action, bonus action, move. With 2 free actions.
The dragon
That's it.
the dragon puffed out its chest to take the brunt of it, but you can tell it wasn't ready for the force behind your blows. As it began to take the damage, it slowly started to falter, and she too called out its name. Solaris! As it steels itself, it's going to make a legendary action. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does it affect Crescent as well?
It does.
In which case, we are going to use our reaction to hearten. Uh, 23 is 19. So 23 is the highest.
"23 will pass.
We take no damage and no effects.
As a brilliant burst of solar energy expands from the dragon, its radiant light is warming, soothing, if not for the situation you're currently in. The light would have blinded any other mortal creature, but you've seen far worse. As the light fades, however, and find that there's another dragon upon you. At the same time, you hear your sister call out, "Luna! Finish them." I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh, 20. Plus plus 5, so 25 from Shield Master.
Will pass. As a gust of freezing winds blow down on you, but you stand steadfast and unwavering. They both, however, charge their breaths at you. So we will use their actions. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, and you need to make 2 Constitution saving throws, actually. First one will be from Luna, who's going to move up and out this way because she used a wing attack, so no attack of opportunity.
We get a 23. against Luna.
Will pass, so you'll take half damage. Half of 31 cold, so 15 cold damage.
Thank you, warming meal.
And then the second constitution save.
Second Constitution save. So 21.
21 will fail.
In that case, I will use Indomitable.
Okay.
And
How cute.
that's a
We're
36.
we're both fighters underneath our prestige class.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
How cute.
it's really disgusting.
How cute.
Uh, 36 to save.
Will save, you'll take half of 74 radiant.
Which is 37.
And she's gonna use it now. She's going to... Huh?
Can I... Crescent is going to... okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I can do that, can't I? Yeah. The dark lands around you as this battle rages on. Winds of ice and solar fire begin to rage. You see her in the edge of the battlefield, raise both hands, one glowing with a deep moonlight radiance, and the other shining like a star plucked from the astral. And she points them both towards you. Both of the dragons will make breath attacks again. She'll recharge them, and she'll forfeit her actions to do so. So make those con saves again.
Against Luna is a 35.
You'll take half damage. Half of 36.
Is 18. Oh,
17
18. 36? No, it's 18.
is 18.
Yep.
I trust you. You're better at math than I am. And the second con save?
Is 22.
A 22 will fail.
Gotta use an Indomitable. 27.
Will pass. Half of 79.
That is 39.
Alright.
Okay, Can I legendary action?
You can before we go back to the top of the round.
Might as well. Extra. I will tail attack Mr. Solar Dragon. Do I want to be cheeky? No, I'll just tail attack. I don't want to read that spell right now. A 32 to hit.
Will hit.
And they will take 11 bludgeoning, and then they need to make a DC 21 strength save. Or be knocked prone.
You are not big enough to knock a gargantuan creature prone.
I'm gargantuan. We're the same size.
Is this Crescent attacking?
Yeah. Dream doesn't have any legendary actions.
I did not realize Crescent was gargantuan. I thought she was... Well, even still, if... Yeah. Okay. I'll still make my strength save here. And... 23.
That passes. Okay. Top of the round.
Before we get to the top of the round, we can't forget our lovely friend here. Your sister doesn't hesitate to bark out an order, one that seems almost laced with enchantments. Shade, the host for the Vanguard of Terror now, almost buckles into action as she calls out. Do it now! Bring her down. Now remind me, what mood phase did we decide on?
To be perfectly honest, I've lost track. I don't know what day it is.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty sure...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dark, not light.
The new moon.
We're definitely not in the new moon. We're in the waning, approaching new moon.
Okay.
So it's waning.
Or waning. 30 feet, standard action. Uh, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. From the other side of the bridge, a ray of energy from a black sun shoots forth from Shade's hands. It is, I believe, a save. I need you to make a Constitution save.
29.
29 will pass. You'll take half of 56 necrotic.
56 is 28.
As the shadow dragon rises up and exhales an Icarus shadow in a line, you both need to make dex saves.
Dream gets a 23. Present. Not proficient. It's 24.
Okay, those are both going to pass. You're going to take half of 42.
Is 21.
And through barreling energies that are shot down at you from all angles, you raise your shield and attempt your best to protect yourself and Crescent as the battle continues to rage on. And we fade from the clash of swords and the expansive light of magics. And we get ready to move on from the real world and make our way back to the waking one. First and foremost, of course, it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, because you deserve to hear it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. And thank you for reminding me why I spend several hours with IT support. 2 days, actually, if you will. Attempting my damnedest to get all of this to work as best as it can for you. But I think the best part of it for me is that y'all enjoyed it when we were playing on Google Draw and everything in between, and you still enjoy it now. And that's what makes me the happiest. So thank you for showing up and showing out and doing your big ones, all of you respectively. Some really awesome plays from everyone. I'm glad I recorded this session because it's a lot of combat notes that I was not able to take. But I will at least be able to go back and watch this VOD. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and to any future viewers who may see this video. I appreciate you, appreciate your support. But before we say goodnight, we're gonna do our normal closing time things, starting with nominations. And I will give an honorable mention out to, honestly, this one's kind of hard. Love to see Slayer's gadgets, because honestly, I didn't know you had as many of them as you did. I was thinking this is really not going to be good for you. It's going to be a little hairy, I think, but I'm excited to see what you have prepared.
It was one round, honey. It was
one round.
round.
It was one round. It was
Just
one round.
you wait.
I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying I was already pleasantly surprised. And second honorable mention is gonna go out to Chimera, because we finally got the dragon. I've been waiting for this since we dropped Chimera, and I've been trying to keep it a secret, but obviously I'm really bad at secrets because I'm pretty sure everyone practically knew by now.
Everyone knew that.
Yeah. Crescent just directly outed Chimera.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, exactly. You know, it was like, oh, look at this dragonborn with a mask.
Yeah, Crescent definitely knew.
We knew, but Meta didn't know, which was fun to play along with. But now, well, no, because still Meta don't know.
Still meta don't know.
Yeah, so
But it's confirmed now. Chris has taken on this battle like a champ. I don't at all feel bad about being able to deal upwards of like 100 damage to you in one turn because you deserve it. But either way, go off king. We love to see it. I'm really excited to see what you do with your dragon form since you never got to use it yet. But very exciting things on the horizon. And my actual honorable mention, my choice. Dream, you ate that roleplay scene up. Like, I have so many clips to make now. That was too good. Ben,
when Ben Evers said, "Now doesn't that sound a little reductionist?" I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Oh!"
I was
I was like, "That
screaming! I had to walk away. I was screaming. I was like, okay, let's get this. But yeah, Ben, you are my nomination. Who is yours?
I Oh, that's a tough one. I am gonna have to nominate Slayer because I have gone through creating all of those objects and never got to use them, and seeing them in play is pretty cool.
Hell
So
yeah.
thank you for being inventive ahead of time.
Cool. Yeah, this is the run through, the playthrough, and I will say I was encouraged heavily by San to continue to spend money. So I was like, okay. The other last week they're like, you should have more drones, and I was like, there's two inside the one. That was a surprise to them. Let's see. I honorable mention Dream. I thought that was an amazing role play scene with our sister there. But I'm gonna give it to Chimera for the emergence of the true form. Kind of that that pillar storyline being achieved, achievement
Hell yeah.
unlocked.
Yeah, it's been a while. The deal was always that I was never going to pop myself into dragon form. It was Son who was going to have to do it.
And I did it.
And I'm going to have to say Crescent for, well, 100% of the roleplay this episode.
You mean Dream?
Yes, Dream Crescent, yeah. They're all the same person.
There for moral support. She's my rock.
All right, Ben, take your well-deserved point of inspiration. And with that being said, we'll run through real quick and do the back half of this and transition into aspirations. Any from you this week, Ben? Maybe? Question mark? Muted? Question mark?
Muted. I'll echo last week and say maybe not split up the party. Not so much from a thematic or a you know balance perspective, but just the amount of keeping everyone with agency in the story.
Well, let's hope that someone can flip through the space and time and start bringing y'all back together. Chris, do you have an aspiration?
I mentioned it to you in DMs, but I think it would be a lot of fun to go into Chimera's deep backstory and start role playing a little bit in that space in the present time.
Which I also cannot wait for. Big things on the horizon. Dearest Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm gonna ditto on to Ben's aspiration, which is no, I'm gonna one up it. How dare you? How dare you, son? How dare you split us up again?
Teehee. Y'all are too powerful together. I had
How
to.
dare you? How dare you?
For me to have even a semblance of a fighting chance, I legitimately had to split you up. And I mean, Igwilliv knew that too. She's aware.
How dare you? We will fight our way through this ruse of an illusion and wade our way through the magic and come out victorious. And we'll role play again.
Yes. Yes, we will. I hope very soon, don't you worry. Okay. My aspiration is that we either get Foundry to work properly or we find a VTT that can do all the things that we would like. And
Definitely all the
also
things.
don't have to pay another $50, $60, or $80 for an application that unfortunately has resulted in a lot of distress. But with that being said, hashtag @Foundry, if you want to help a girl out and fix this problem or give me my money back, I would love it so much. Appreciate you. But with that, but with that being said, guys, we gotta name our episode so we can go to bed.
Where are my friends?
You said, huh?
Where are my friends?
Where are my friends?
Everyone lost their field trip, buddy?
That seems kind of reductionist.
I'm just upstairs.
There
What
was
if
6
we...
dragons in this episode. Maybe Dragons and Dragons?
It's a little on the nose, I'm not gonna lie. What if... I liked the buddy one. What if we call it buddy system? Question mark?
Down in the buddy system.
What was your spin?
Breakdown in the buddy system.
I like that.
Alright, breakdown in the buddy system. A fan. We love it. And we love all of you. To our friends in the stage channel, thanks for joining us. We love you, Small. We love you, Gob. And we will be very excited to see you all next week. But until then, good night, stream.
Night stream.
Night stream.
On behalf of Joe, good night stream.
On behalf of Ben.